toners, glosses, glazes, whatever that is. So these up here, all natural, totally natural hair. Okay. So what I did was I took natural hair swatches and I used tape to just attach them. So this is pale yellow, right? Pale yellow here, pale yellow. There we go. And then you have a yellow one, right? Pretty yellow, isn't it? And then there's like yellow orange. And then this is like a brown. And then this one is gray. So these are the ones that I started with. What I wanted to show you was I put these on dry hair. I took a toner, 09V, the most popular toner in the world, right? And I put that on these swatches so you could see. And this is put on dry hair color, dry. So not wet, not towel dried, not damp, but dry hair. So this was that when it started, right? So this pale yellow, when I put 09V on it, came out like a really flat, kind of a gray, ashy blonde color, which a lot of people like. Some people like that. Some people don't like that because it is kind of purpley. Let me see if I can get closer here. So this was on dry, very pale yellow hair. This one was on same thing, this exact same color. I put the violet on there. Now that doesn't look as purple. It looks a little bit more tanned out, a little more muted, right? And it may or may not be hard to see with this ring light, but I wanted to show you how this is like kind of neutralized or naturalized, but that was a lot more yellow, you see? So the same exact color was put on all these, 09V. 09V was put on this one. It looks like this. 09V was put on that reddish brown thing. And it looks kind of like a flat brown, almost looks darker, right? Because it took the yellow and the orange out. So whenever you remove or mask the yellow or the orange, it's going to look less bright. Some people say it's darker. May or may not necessarily be darker. It just might be less bright, right? If we were to take this video and turn this color video to a black and white video, would these look a whole lot different as far as a lightness or darkness? I don't know. They might look the same, just see they're different tones. So that tone there. Then I took 09T. 09T has a bluish silver background, so it's blue. 09V has violet or purple. 09T is blue, has a lot of blue in it, right? I didn't have 09B or else I would use that. 09T steel is like a steel gray blue color. Again, same exact swatch. I put 9T on straight up, like straight up dry hair. So straight up dry hair. So here you have, again, on very pale yellow hair, I put blue on. And it does have a little bit of a green cast, right? Because blue plus yellow is green. And I know this sounds basic, but sometimes we forget this when we're mixing color, you know? And mixing Shades EQ gloss to develop for 20 minutes on the hair is like doing a color service. So, so this is almost like a greeny color. It's like a greeny. I don't love it. It's kind of muddy looking. This 09T on this orange hair, this blue, yellow, this is very greeny muddy. This one is like not pretty at all. So I would not necessarily use this straight up. It's kind of flat. I mean, it's not quite orange. If that hair was more orange, it would be better, right? Because orange and blue cancel each other out. That's not really blue, right? So orange and blue cancel each other out. Orange and blue, right? Violet, yellow, red and green. So if that was more orange, it would probably look a little better, but this one really looks muddy. You see that? So again, and I put this all the way across so you could see this was natural. I put 09T on all of these. And I mean, this one looks like a really pretty steel color. Icy blue. It's almost blue, steel. Now with these, what I did was I did some wet work to show you what would do wet. So what I did was I took this piece of hair, the raw original, I turned it yellow, really yellow, like I made it super yellow. So when it was super yellow, and I don't mean like this, I made it yellow. And then I put the 9V on it wet. And it didn't fix it. I think because it was wet. Had I put it on dry hair, it probably would have done a better job. But it looks kind of like a warm, golden, weird tan color. Like it still has a lot of yellow in it. I don't know if you can see it here, but it still has a lot of yellow. It's not that pretty. It really is not that pretty. And then this one was, get a better view here. This was on wet hair. right? Same exact wet hair, 09V. And it's a pretty color. It's actually subtle and pretty. It probably will not last as long as what you put on dry hair. JZQ does recommend that you put it on for 20 minutes, but on dry hair, you put it on wet hair, it's like half of the tone. It's really, you're diluting the color with water, which Redken doesn't recommend that. If they did, they would give us formulas for putting water in our color. But it really diluted it a lot. It's much less strong. I put it on for the exact same timing, it was exactly for 20 minutes. But this is a much stronger, much prettier 9V. This is a very subtle 9V. Since it was put on wet hair, it's probably not going to last. Same thing with the 9T. With the 9T, very blue, very steel. What I did was I took this hair swatch, originally was golden, and I made it kind of like a reddish color, like a reddish orange. And it was like an ugly reddish orange. Well, then I put the 9T on this, and this almost looks purple now, right? Because red and blue make purple, violet. So it kind of, I don't know if you can see, it's kind of like a pinky purple color. And so that didn't really correct the orange, the red. I really needed green to correct this red, right? So the blue didn't do it. I needed green because green's the appropriate fix for red. In this example, I did, again, wet hair. And it's dry now, it's just a little bit crispy. I did shampoo it. Always shampoo Shades EQ gloss off, by the way. Don't just rinse it. Please wash it off. But this I put on wet hair, same exact, golden. So this was dry and this was wet. And what I notice is it's really uneven. The saturation isn't even. It's a bit splotchy. And I used the same brush. I used the same formula as I did this. This on dry hair, much more even. And the wet hair is not even. This is, it's just a result of, I guess, of it being wet, and maybe because it has multiple porosity issues. So that hair definitely has multiple porosity issues, but I wanted to show you that because I felt like, I hope that explains toners a little bit. When it comes to Shades EQ Gloss, I also did another class. I kept my flip chart up, but why do you want to leave it on for 20 minutes and why dry hair? I did another video, so you can watch that on my YouTube also. But I just wanted to just kind of reach out and talk to you guys about my control swatches. So these are what I started with. This was 09V dry hair. This was 09T dry hair. And this was wet and with the correctors. This was yellow and this was kind of like an orangish red. So I hope this helps explain toners a little bit better. I hope it helps explain really what glossing and glazing services are. It is a full color service and you should be charging for a color service. And also respect this product. Use it for what it was built to do, which is 20 minutes, and it should last the client, 4 to 6 weeks. So I hope this helped. Please leave some comments if this did help you, and hit subscribe, and I will see you on the next one.